Good morning, all. This is Fadi Hemzi. It's 9:14. We're running a little bit late because of Skype having a terrible two event. You know how your child was 2 years old? I didn't have one, but I have a little one here that is worse than a child. Yeah. Doesn't want to do his thing? Yeah, exactly. So we could not get the controls for recording back. All I would say was managed recording. That means the recordings are already completed. Having said that, let's start our program here. Our first chart, obviously, is our econ data. Let's bring it over. Okay. It's the beginning of the month. Should be nothing versus a Monday. We have Richard Cardillo, which I believe is the vice chairman, speaking. Dallas Fed at 10:30. That's it. Nothing for today. Remember, non-farm is on Friday. So this starts a sequence of other stuff like PMIs on ISM, construction, ADP on Wednesday. Those two are tomorrow. ADP is on Wednesday, factory orders. And then we have, obviously, our wonderful jobless claims. So it's all progression into non-farm payroll. So on Friday, we start an hour early. So we're going to do everything an hour early because number comes out at 8:30. Okay. Not a big fan of trading the number, but you've got to be there and ready. So there's nothing here to report. These are some settlements. So there is going to speak. The Dallas Fed, yeah, kind of it's a black dot. That means a medium importance, if that. And consensus -1, -2 was last time. And then they don't have consensus on the production index. That's fine. This is, I guess, Southwest maybe, or Dallas area, so Midwest South, if you will. And the range is -2 to +5, okay? All right, now, let's quickly go to PMT. We're going to shrink this baby. Okay. We do have, by the way, okay, Excel Plus here. That's a little bit of there's a plus there, if you believe it or not. If I take that out, you'll see. That's Excel Plus. It's a little work I did over the weekend, and it falls in that category. It's not really XXL. It's not Excel. It's not large. So I decided to call it Excel Plus, and it should be red. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on this in front of me without disturbing you guys throughout the day. Of course, I want my ID. It's crucial. This is for me, it's crucial. This is a very, very simple way of things operating in Chicago. Yeah, this is dumbing it down very easily. When the levels are, this is probably the high end on the other side. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe nobody does what we do. Actually, the less they do, the better I feel better. The more an indicator is used, the less value it has. For example, MACD. MACD is practically knowing you get no value because everybody and his brother uses that. So they're all long and they're all short. Overnight action, this is what we have done. Possible rotation down here. I understand that. I want to come back here for a second. I need to take a look at this, Jack. Yeah. Okay, we need to put a line up there. Let's do this. Drawing, drop down red. Right at the peak there. Here's your red. This was a very nice run, but that was, what was this? That was Friday, right? That was what, 135. And if you kept that, which I don't suggest you do, one of you guys had done that, wrote to me. I did answer it, but it's the last time I'm going to answer it. I can't do one-on-one advice. You're going to get me in trouble. And I'm not going to let you, okay? You know, I've been very, very, in fact, I'm telling you this will protect me. I'm very, very careful about how to use what's given to me as laws of this great nation, but I cannot forfeit my rights. If I give you one-on-one advice, I get into very trouble. And it's got to be, I can give it to you here, I can give it to you on the webinar, I can give it to you in the chat room, where others are invited, and it was announced that they're open. For example, this chat room is open every day, right? Or it's open 24/6. So, but the problem is the gentleman was left short into the close yesterday. Okay, and I understand that. I answered it, but very briefly and very generally. I can get into much more detail here. My issue was really this very much. Where are we going to get there? We don't know. because the market opened right there. That's where the market opens. That's a change in the NDS shows you that. So I just cautioned him to be careful. I did say that I'm glad his size was very small. He shared his size. He shared his account size. I did a simple back of the envelope calculation. I said, goody, you're fine. I mean, it won't devastate you, but you got to realize you got to uphill battle first until we see a little bit moves down there. And that's basically what my fear was last night too. By the time I went to bed, I think it was still no. Yeah, we're about to put this line in. I think last night. Okay, so let's go to PMT though. We're getting out of our sequence. That's not what I like to do. Where's my PMT, Jack? Here's my PMT. Okay. Where are we? New highs. Continue. We're putting new highs up, and you can see it's tearing me apart on the time and digest. No trade for you guys yet. I'm trying to get to exhaustion to be a short up, and maybe that'll be a short of I don't know, but you never know. You never know. Is this the short of a lifetime or not? But if everything I've done seems that I've worked in the past to work this time, we're near to see a high we haven't seen in a while. Okay, so a high that would be kept for a while as a high. Okay, that's what my work shows. Now I could be absolutely wrong. A market that is chaotic, so I'm not trying to create a getaway for myself. I'm not saying that's my out, but you gotta realize this is like democracy. Markets are also messy. It's just all over the place, a lot of noise, and we have to decipher the signal out of it. Okay. And let's see. I would watch, for example, a day like if we pull back. I wanted to see that ratio is. Well, we're still heading up. CI dips are positive. These are beginning to pull up, and that's what scares the heck out of me. That because we're coming down from on an advanced decline basis. We're coming from a reasonably sold condition. I wouldn't call it oversold, and we're pulled up. So pretty tough if you're on the short side. Yeah. But remember, I was also wrong 4 or 5 days in February. So I was ahead. Good indicators will put you ahead so that you would see you're in the action, you have some skin in the game before the ultimate target is met, and then turnaround starts. So we'll see. All right, D trenders. It's 921. We got also pulling up again, in line now with the SPX. Russell just a tad up, and we went sideways on index. Remember that was expression for weeklies on Friday too. SV1 Momo, the mechanical systems are buy and buy. New highs there. Here we went to 1 sigma. So SP1 against itself is at 1 sigma. The numbers don't mean anything. It's a shape. Has 1 sigma. That's not exhausted yet. Okay, so we have probably a little additional move up there. Can we get there today? Yes, we can. Will we? I don't know. Nobody knows. And we're at 0.6 here on Momo, which is very close to 0. This is neutral. VIX and VXN. This is one of the walls are beginning to edge up. You can see that. But that's, I think, several things to come. I think the market data on the VX shows that we're going to see a volatility we haven't seen in a while, in about a month from now. That it'll start inching up far worse than we thought. Okay, this I don't need now to. Oh, well, this is a copy. Oh, okay, doesn't matter. 145.73. That was a Friday close. As you know, this is calculated once a day. SQ is a tail risk for SPX. In this case, the negative tail risk, the downside. So this shows the relative activity of large players. Why? Because SPX options are very expensive. It puts the deep out of the money puts they have bought. This constitutes a potential of M. I've been comparing this with the August 13th of 2 years ago, when we set up one of the massive drops starting October 1st. If this data is correct, if it's calculated correct, and we're interpreting it correct, we're gonna have rock and roll time. Okay, it's like some which we have not seen in years, and that's befitting of where the state of our nation is. Just pulled back since the open on ES. Bravo. Yes. We're at 93.76 Jack on the cash. This is as of Friday close. This is sell, 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 sell. Okay, so remember that. Now, I'm not saying that's how we're going to trade today, but that's what it looks like. All right, let's go to quickly to our favorite number of percent of say of stocks above the 200-day moving average. Remember, I haven't had my coffee yet. We simply ran late this morning with this guy up, but we shot up to 64 now. That's a 64%. This is a far cry from where the indices are. To me, this is probably the biggest warning sign. That says that's why you get Tesla at 2,000. Okay, this is how you get that. Very few names. This tells you there's very few names. This should be up here. Very few names are being a lot of activity on them, or there's some money going there, but it's a late bloomer. It's a late adopter. This is lagging. Okay, and the divergence you see usually. Look at that divergence versus this, and look what happened. Okay, so if we turn, this is what we want to look at. The differential between 20-day and 50-day. The farther that thing is open, in terms of vertical drop, the massive is going to get. So that's our early early warning system we need to watch. Okay, thanks, Nancy. So that's where we are. Okay. This is worth watching. This is updated an hour after the close, just like a skew. All right, what else do I need to go over to? Let's go to overnight data. That's TradeStation. No, this is the factor. Okay, let's go to overnight data. We could see on ES, we rallied a tad, and then we've been selling down, and we're down about 3 handles. Nothing. It's mild. Means nothing per se, but it's worth watching. We're in the single channels. Classic. -1, -2. You can't go wrong. Get to that channel, you trade it. Now, those are 30-minute bars, not a joke. Okay, that's a lot of time. Not saying you should trade it like that, but you can see what happened. The peak came around right before midnight, or right after midnight, I guess. Right at 1 o'clock. The absolute price was up at around 11:15. Yeah, and then it rallied. These are all times on Eastern. And we have sold, and of course, ES is down this side. You guys see a little bit of upside always on NQ. That's just a promise of technology. A little bit more favorite. The ES needs a lot to give up. And if I'm right, if the indicators are right, if they shift to the getting out of the long bias into a short bias, it should sell. Now here's the issue. It should sell. Here's the issue. Seasonality. Labor Day has positive seasonality. So I'm a little bit bewildered what's going on here. Why is this early? Why this, and today's the end of a month. So most of that doesn't make sense. So I'll refrain and reserve judgment after the close. Could be somebody has any better sense about Friday number with non-farm? I don't know. But we're going to find out. Okay? With that said, I think we're done. Just be careful. Here's your ES fractals. You can see the turns we've made. And here's your NQ. Yeah. And then this one we draw lines. This is good. This is good. This was a huge run. Massive huge run. Okay. 928 right now. It's coming back a tad, as you can see. Okay. All right. Let me stop the recording here. Thank you for attending.